Hello SUGEE people, my name is Tania, your host for today, and welcome back to SUGEE Podcast. In this podcast series, we will listen to interesting or unique stories, tips and tricks to survive in Japan, life hacks, and other useful information directly from the foreigners who live in Japan. And today, on our show, we will talk about how to get Japanese working visa. So, what are you waiting for? Let's check it out.
Welcome back to SUGEE Podcast.
Okay, SUGEE people. Based on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Japan, there are two types of working visa, and that are type 1, regular working visa. It consists of professor, artist, religious activist, journalist, business manager, legal or accounting services, medical services, researchers, instructor, engineers, or specialists in humanities or international service, including nursing care. And type 2 is specified skilled worker visa, or it is called Tokutei Gino. Applicant applying for this visa must pass a Japanese language test as well as technical exam. This type of visa consists of agriculture, materials, processing, nursing care, shipbuilding, restaurant, airport ground handling, and aircraft maintenance, food and beverage, hotels, industrial machinery, electronics and electrical machinery, building cleaning, construction, vehicle maintenance, and fishery. And then let's talk about the necessary documents needed to get working visa. First is passport. Of course, you need passport to get your visa, right? Okay, and second is one visa application form. Okay, so you guys must submit visa application form. And then third is photograph, one piece of photograph. And fourth is certificate of eligibility, the original and one copy. Okay guys, let's talk about the certificate of eligibility. What is the certificate of eligibility or COE? So a certificate of eligibility, which is issued by Regional Immigration Authority under the jurisdiction of the Immigration Service Agency of Japan, certifies that the foreign national conforms to the condition for landing in Japan, which means the activity stated in the application is not false and it is one of the activities except the temporary visitor. It's stipulated in the Immigration Control Act. For details, SUGEE people can check on the website of the Immigration Service Agency of Japan. And by presenting COE, the visa application at the embassy or consulate general and the landing examination at the passport control will be processed smoothly. However, please note that a COE does not guarantee the issuance of a visa. A visa application for this type of visa could be made without COE. However, the applicant will be required to submit a large amount of verifying document, and it will take a long time, several months, for the process. Next, let's talk about the fee and the procedure. So, an application for visa must be made by the applicant, him or herself, at the Japanese embassy or consulate general with jurisdiction over the area in which the applicant lives, or those with jurisdiction over the country of which the applicant passport is issued. In some cases, the application may be made by accredited travel agent that has been approved by the Japanese Embassy or Consulate General. The documents that are necessary for the application differ depending on the travel purpose and the nationality of the applicant. In some cases, not only documents prepared by the applicant him or herself, but documents prepared by the inviting person in Japan are required to apply for visa. Please send all necessary documents prepared by the inviting person in Japan as well in advance to the applicant in the order for the applicant to make application for a visa. And the fee for the working visa is around 3,000 Japanese yen. And the processing period for visa issuance is approximately 5 working days from the day after the date of the acceptance of the application, as long as there are no particular problems with the content of the application. It may take less time than it depending on the embassy or consulate general and the purpose of the visit. If there is any problem with the content of the application, the embassy or consulate general transmit the application to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Tokyo for further examination. In such cases, issuance of a visa may take more than a month. Visa applicants are reminded to apply early for their visa well in advance of the anticipated travel date. If the purpose of visit is to work or a long-term stay, it is recommended that visa applicant obtains a certificate of eligibility from the Regional Immigration Bureau in Japan before making visa application. If a certificate of eligibility is not submitted when the visa application is made, issuance of the visa will take a long time, typically 1 to 3 months, regardless of whether or not there is a problem with the content of the application. So guys, the conclusion for today's podcast: if you want to get working Japanese working visa, you should prepare everything beforehand because it takes a long time, approximately 1 until 3 months to get the COE. And also you need to take care of the visa process itself, and it will take 5 working days. And well, that's all for today's episode of SUGEE Podcast about how to get a Japanese working visa. Thanks for listening. Join us again next week because we will have another useful info, tips and tricks, and life hacks related to living in Japan as a foreigners. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, or YouTube so you never miss an episode. Plus, if you are interested in what we do, you can stop by our website at sugee.gp, SUGEE.gp. For your information, SUGEE people, SUGEE Kansai has a visa consultation service called SUGEE Visa. So for you SUGEE people who want to consult with us regarding visa, you guys can contact us directly on our website. Thank you and see you in the next episode.
Thank you for listening to SUGEE Podcast. Subscribe our channel and turn on notifications. We provide services for businessmen and professionals who work in Kansai. Arigatou gozaimasu.